What's up, guys? Haven't posted a video in quite some time, so I figured I'd make a quick one. Just getting back in from the city in my new daily. It's a 01 Jetta TDI with a few mods. Bigger turbo from the Euro ALH TDI. 2.5-inch turbo back exhaust. Intake and a tune, nozzles, things like that. It's on coilovers with Mazda FDR7 wheels on a 16x8. Powder coated red, pretty fancy. And 245/45/16 Bridgestone R11s, which is a lot higher for this car, but it's on coilovers and it's got a front sway bar, so it handles pretty well. Just on a little back road that's a little more spirited than taking just the highway on the way back into town. So yeah, about this car, I bought this car from my friend Travis for a pretty decent deal, I'd say. I haven't really put a whole lot into it. I had to get some adapter spacers to run Mazda wheels because I have a shitload of those still. And then I had to change a VNT actuator for the variable vane turbo because it wasn't creating boost until really late, over 3,000 RPM. So now it's working great. It's hammering damn near 30 pounds of boost. I'm trying to keep it away from 30. I don't want to lift the head and ruin my new daily driver, quote daily driver. And currently this is the fastest car I own right now. Makes in and around 200 wheel horsepower, 300 wheel torque. I can definitely attest to the torque because this thing pulls like crazy on the highway. And I've ran it against a couple of cars that are comparable, and it's held its own. It's got an upgraded clutch. I may end up switching it again as I have to change the transmission, as first gear is gone in the transmission, so I've just been lugging it, starting in second, which isn't horrible. But yeah, I'd like to post a few videos of this car. It's very capable, surprisingly enough. It handles really, really well for being front-wheel driving McPherson strut and a big diesel engine over the front tires, so it bunkers down pretty well. I put black leather interior. I have some other general tires in the back for another set of Arc 7 wheels to go on this car for daily driving. I just don't want to ruin the RE11s putting almost 300k a day on. Update, BMW update. Car is sold. Sold the car to my buddy Paul. He was in need of a vehicle as soon as possible, so I got that puppy safety for him and sold to him. So he's out having a blast doing mad skids. He purchased a bunch of my other parts for the car, the tune, the knuckles, the control arms. So he's going to have a blasty blast with that car. You hear the beeping, that's the boost gauge warning me that it's getting over 25 pounds of boost. Yeah, this thing's an absolute blast to drive. And funny enough, cruising at well, over the speed limit going to Toronto and back. Let's just say in fifth gear it's driving over 3,000 RPM. And this engine redlines like, 4,700. It'll do $5,000 all day, and I've heard it'll do 6, but I'm never going to push it that high. It still gets 45 miles to the gallon without even missing a beat. I've used what's that say? 3/8 of a tank. I've used 3/8 of a tank of diesel to 472 kilometers so far, and that's give or take about 25 liters. So the car is very, very, very good on fuel for what it is, for the power that it makes. And the funny thing with diesels, the more more flow mods you give them, the more power they make, and the better on fuel they get. Nowhere with any other vehicle, engine at least, other than diesel, can you do that. I know with my Speed 3 it went from like mid 30s right down to freaking 25. I don't know. It lost like 10 miles to the gallon when I did the built motor and big turbo. You know, that's part and parcel to throwing more fuel at it and more boost. So obviously it's going to use more fuel. But even cruising around, it wasn't nearly as good as it was before. But got to pay to play, I guess. I'm just getting right back into town now. It is stinking hot. It's like 33 degrees out. That's Celsius, plus the humidex, so I don't know, I think it's closer to 40 today, which is just silly. But I just figured I'd give an update on the new daily driver, and we'll give updates of the BMW, hopefully, with Paul. And I want to get a couple more car reviews in soon. I've been slacking. I'm just waiting on a mic setup, so I'm going to get that. I'm still not using it right now. As you can see, the audio is probably still a little crappy, but this thing is a little bit quieter than the BMW, a little less rattly and stuff, so makes for there's a second gear start. The only kind of downside with this is cool in some ways, but this thing smokes like, well, not like crazy, but smokes pretty good on takeoff. Low RPM, when you're rolling on it, it smokes pretty good, so you can kind of show people what's up, I guess, that it's a tuned diesel. Sometimes it draws unwanted attention, but I'll get over it. Anyways, it's another GCR update. 01 TDI ALH